Kaspa hits major protocol milestones as the Toccata hard fork moves toward a June activation window. The network is trying to shift from a high-speed payments chain into a programmable proof-of-work layer 1. That is a meaningful change because Kaspa already has a speed story after Crescendo raised the network to 10 blocks per second. Toccata is about adding programmable tools without turning the chain into a completely different architecture. The immediate pressure point is June 5 to June 20 activation, SilverScript readiness, KIP21 review, KRC20 support, and supply emission signals, because the first reaction only matters if those signals confirm it rather than fade. The confirmed context is a busy 2026 setup. Kaspa has demonstrated peak loads above 10,000 TPS, cumulative on-chain transactions are approaching 2 billion, and code freeze for Toccata was reached on April 15. Mainnet activation is targeted between roughly June 5 and June 20, after the original May target moved to give more time for sequencing commitment architecture. Supply is also tightening, with about 95.4% of KAS already in circulation. This baseline keeps the story grounded in Kaspa is approaching the Toccata hard fork, while its supply emission continues to wind down through 2026 and prevents early attention from being treated as final proof. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The mechanism is programmability at the base layer. Kaspa hits major attention because Toccata introduces native L1 covenant programming through SilverScript, which compiles into Kaspa script without virtual machine overhead. The second path is based ZK applications, with verification opcodes and sequencing commitment access. KRC20 tokens also become a base layer feature. In plain terms, the upgrade is meant to let apps, token systems, and proof-based infrastructure anchor directly to Kaspa's transaction order. Mechanically, the upgrade adds native covenant programming, ZK application infrastructure, and base layer token support to a high-throughput proof-of-work chain. That link is what turns the headline into a concrete risk, access change, liquidity test, or adoption signal. The impact is on developers and on the proof-of-work narrative. If Toccata works, Kaspa can argue it is not just fast settlement, but a programmable chain with DeFi, NFT, governance, and lending primitives possible at L1. That would make the network more comparable with application platforms while keeping its proof-of-work identity. KAS holders also watch the supply side because emissions are approaching zero by the end of 2026. The affected side is specific. Developers, KAS holders, and proof-of-work watchers need to track whether programmability arrives without weakening performance. That group feels the practical consequence before the wider market has a settled answer. What remains unclear is the final execution of the upgrade window. Code freeze is a milestone, not activation. The remaining work includes script engine pricing policies, KIP21 review, subnet support, and gas commitment pieces. The evidence supports a targeted activation range, but it does not prove the hard fork will land without adjustment. A programmable upgrade is only useful if developers can build on it safely after mainnet activation. The limit is also specific. The June activation window still depends on finalizing architecture, review items, and mainnet readiness. Keeping that limit visible prevents uncertain data from being treated as certainty. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. For Kaspa hits major focus, the next signal is the Toccata activation process between June 5 and June 20. Watch SilverScript readiness, KRC20 base layer support, ZK architecture finalization, and whether the chain keeps performance strong after programmability arrives. The practical readout is whether Kaspa can add application depth while preserving the speed that made the network stand out. A stronger follow-through would show up through June 5 to June 20 activation, SilverScript readiness, KIP21 review, KRC20 support, and supply emission signals. A weaker read would appear if those signals fade or fail to confirm.